Hi, this is going to be a quick video demo of my stack test validation program. The purpose of this script is to determine whether or not the cells in a given column of the template worksheet exist in the corresponding lookup table. For example, this is the 2020 stack test data for Camden. One of the things that this script validates is whether the test contractor entered into the template exactly matches any of the test contractors in the test contractor lookup table on the lookup table worksheet. So these would be the test contractors on the template worksheet, and this would be the test contractor lookup table on the lookup table worksheet. Specifically, this script only currently checks the test contractors, facilities, methods, parameters, units concentration, and units mass columns. But adding additional columns would be relatively straightforward in the future if needed. Now I'm going to run the script. First, you need to provide a file name that is within the same folder as the script. I'm currently using Camden Compliance 2020 fs.xlsx as an example. For reference, this spreadsheet has about 200 lines and takes about 1 minute to run. I'll let it run to completion now. Alright, now that the program has finished running, let's take a closer look at the printouts for the command line. First, scrolling up, it shows that all test contractors are valid. This is because TRC Environmental Corporation has an exact match in the lookup table. TRC Environmental Corporation here. Looking back at the program, we also see that all entered facilities are valid. This is because, going back to the spreadsheet, all of the facilities say Camden, and Camden is one of the facilities in the lookup table. Third, however, we see that once it checked methods, there are a couple methods that do not exist in the lookup table. The first mismatch is EPA CTM 027. Looking at the lookup table for the methods, we see that CTM 027 is actually listed without EPA prior to it. I'm also assuming that that M23, M26A, and M29 all refer to EPA methods 23, 26A, and 29 respectively, but these were just inputted incorrectly. Similarly, when we check parameters and we also look back to the lookup tables, this first dioxin appears to be valid, but actually, if we look at the lookup table, the abbreviation for pentavalent is PE, whereas it was actually labeled as just P in the actual template. There are similar issues with the rest of these. If we look at units concentration, there's an error with percent removal where the R is not capitalized. And there's also an error with the micrograms per dry standard cubic meter. And this error is that a U was entered for micro, whereas in the lookup table, the actual Greek letter for mu is desired. And finally, if we look at units mass, it might first appear that there's an error with it. However, all this blank array or this blank list indicates is that some of the units mass in the template are actually blank. For example, these 3 rows. And this is just because percent removal, it does not have a mass basis in this case. At this point, we could go through and use Excel's find and replace tool to address each of these errors. But in the future, I'd also like to implement some sort of method that can not only detect incongruities between the template and the lookup tables, as I've already done, but also automatically suggest corrections to resolve differences. I'd also like to write something that automatically corrects the cell formatting of the start and end times so that they always display in the correct 24-hour time format without having to adjust that manually. With that said, this about wraps it up for all of this. Thank you.